Have you ever told your child something simple like, please put your shoes away? And instead of doing it, they sigh, they roll their eyes, or respond with, why do I have to do it right now? And in that moment, you have to pause and you start thinking, who is this child? Because this is not how I reared my child. Respectfully, you will hear me say rear, R-E-A-R, instead of raised, because we raise animals and crops. We rear human beings. Awesome. Back to the topic. If you've ever experienced your child talking back, ignoring instructions, speaking to you in a tone that made you stop in your tracks, or even using profanity when speaking to you, then this message is for you. Today, I'm going to show you exactly why this behavior is happening. And more importantly, I'm going to give you the exact words to correct it without yelling, without frustration, without raising your blood pressure, and most importantly, without losing your authority. Allow me to say this first, because I want you to feel at ease. You are not alone. Parents come to me quite often and say, Miss Jackie, I don't understand. My child was so sweet when they were younger. What happened? And I always tell them nothing is wrong with your child. What you're seeing is development mixed with testing, mixed with learned behavior. Children are constantly observing how you speak, how others speak, what they can get away with, and then they test it. I once worked with a mother who said, my daughter just has attitude problems. I don't know where it comes from. So I asked her, walk me through a normal day. And she said, well, I tell her to do things. She doesn't do it. I repeat myself. Then I get louder. Then she finally moves. And I paused because right there was the pattern. Let me show you something powerful. When a parent says, clean up your room, and the child doesn't respond, then the parent says again, clean up your room, and still nothing. The parent then raises their voice and their blood pressure, and things get blown out of proportion. The child finally gets up. What did the child just learn? I don't have to listen the first time. I don't even have to listen the second time. I only move when the tone changes. So now it's not disobedience, it's conditioning. Does that resonate with you? Let's get into a real moment that many parents experience. Parent, turn that TV off. The child, hold on, I'm watching something. Now the parent is triggered. Excuse me? Don't talk to me that way. This is what's happening. The child, all I was saying was hold on. Now we have a power struggle. Voices are raised, energy is heightened, and respect is literally gone. However, allow me to show you how this shifts with one simple change. Here we go. Parent, calm, compose, tone. Let's try that again with respect. This is what you're saying to your child. You then pause. Turn the TV off, please. The child, may I please finish this first? The parent says, with a pleasant tone, yet firm, you may have 3 more minutes. Thank you for asking properly. The child says, thanks, Mom. Do you see what just happened? You didn't argue. You didn't yell. You redirected. You may have negotiated a bit, which is permissible if you see fit. It was a pleasant dialogue with understanding and respect. You see, etiquette is not just about knowing what to do in public. It is about how we communicate every single day at home. Here are powerful scripts you can begin using immediately. When your child talks back, you would say, that tone is not acceptable. Please speak again respectfully. When your child ignores you, you may say, I will not repeat myself. Please respond the first time you are asked. When your child interrupts, excuse me, I am speaking. You may wait your turn. When your child gives an attitude, let's try that again with proper manners and clarity. Now, I would like you to notice something. Every one of these statements is calm, clear, direct. There is no anger. There is no negotiation beyond what you choose, and there is authority with grace. Children mirror what they see. If we desire respectful communication, we must also ask ourselves, how do I respond under pressure? Do I raise my voice quickly? Do I interrupt my child? Because we must show them that what they say matters as well. Children will reflect that behavior. I remember a parent saying to me, my child interrupts me constantly. And I gently ask, do you interrupt them or do they witness you interrupting others when in conversation? And there was a pause. Because sometimes we are correcting behavior we are unintentionally modeling. The difference between a respectful child and a disrespectful one is not intelligence, it is consistency. If you correct behavior today and ignore it tomorrow, you create confusion. And confused children test limits even more. When expectations are consistent, respect becomes normal, politeness becomes automatic, and your home becomes more peaceful, and you and the child begin to appreciate peace and calm. Essentially, your home has the potential to become everyone's happy place and sanctuary from the noisy world. You see, etiquette is not about control, it is about preparation. You are preparing your child to speak with confidence, be respectful in every room, carry themselves with excellence, and it begins with the small everyday moments inside your home. So today I ask you to implement just one thing. When your child speaks out of tone, simply say, let's try that again with respect. Watch what happens. Now, let's delve into a deeper topic that has now become an epidemic in many homes. Children using profanity even with their parents and siblings. When a child uses profanity, you must nip that in the bud immediately or it will get out of hand. Believe me. You see, our vocabulary speaks volumes. And if your child does not know how to respectfully and intelligently express their emotions and thoughts, that is of concern. Let's address something that many parents experience, yet seldomly speak about it openly because of embarrassment. What do you do when your child uses profanity? And not just once, but repeatedly. They say a word and you freeze because you're thinking, where did they learn that? But if you're honest, sometimes they learned it from you, the parent. Now, I want to approach this with grace, not judgment, because many parents use certain words casually in conversation, in frustration, even jokingly, and children absorb everything. So when a child uses profanity, more than likely they heard it somewhere. And the response should not be panic or harsh reaction. It should be intentional correction. Here's a real life and perhaps relatable scenario. Let's say your child says, this is BS. You know the words in their full form, or they may say words even more offensive. Many parents respond with, don't say that, that's a bad word. But here's the challenge. If the child has heard it repeatedly, they don't see it as bad. They see it as normal language. Allow me to suggest a respectful response with authority and clarity. You would say, we do not use that language. Choose a more respectful word. Then you pause. Say to them, if you're upset, you may express yourself. However, that language is not acceptable in this home. No profanity, no disrespectful term. Simply articulate how you feel at this moment. And I am here to listen. Go as far as stating alternative verbiage to allow them to hear the tone and temperament. You see, children don't just need correction, they need alternatives. So instead of saying, that's BS, teach them to say, I don't agree respectfully. That's frustrating. I see it differently, or even, I'm not comfortable with that. Now you're not just stopping their behavior, you're building communication skills. I must say, you should not be surprised if the child responds with, but mom, I heard you and dad say it. I don't recommend you respond with, that's because I'm an adult. Because what you're essentially saying to that child is, when you become an adult, there is no need to communicate respectfully or use intelligent words to express your feelings. You will do more damage than good. Simply own it. This is a part that requires honesty. If a child is consistently using profanity, we must examine the environment because correction without alignment creates confusion. If I say, don't say that word, but my child hears me say it frequently or even once anytime later, I've just removed the authority from my correction. And children are very receptive. I don't know if you've noticed. They will think, so it's okay when you say it, but not when I say it. That creates resistance. So, what do you do if this has already been happening? You reset the standard clearly and confidently. You sit with your child, you communicate, you humble yourself. I apologize for using profanity. Those words are not to be used. I was wrong. Do you forgive me? You will certainly receive sincere empathy and forgiveness at that point. You then follow with, moving forward, we will not use such language in this home or anywhere else. We're choosing to use more intelligent words. This includes daddy and me, everyone in the household. How do you feel about that? And then you model it, even when you're frustrated, even when you're tired, because that is when children are watching the most. Never be passive with disrespectful behavior or language, especially when children are present. They pick it up instantly and store it. The crazy thing is, regardless of how young they are, they will use it in the right context. And it's unbelievable to me. Sometimes it's laughable. However, it is serious. So remember, your child's words are a reflection of what they hear and what is allowed. So when we refine our language, we refine theirs. And that is how we rear children who speak with confidence, respect, and intention. We model it, correct what went wrong with calm and even tone, and we remain consistent. Now, allow me to share something with you that is incredibly important on the same topic. What happens when we ignore disrespectful behavior? Because sometimes, as parents, we are tired, we're busy, we just don't want to deal with it. Worse, we think it is just a phase and they will get over it. And we think it's not that serious. I'll let it go this time and the next time until the next time until it becomes a norm. But here's what children learn when behavior is ignored. They assume it is acceptable. Not correcting behavior is in itself a form of permission. So when a child rolls their eyes, speaks with an inappropriate tone, uses disrespectful language, and nothing is said, that behavior doesn't disappear, it develops over time. What starts as whatever turns into I don't have to listen and eventually becomes I can speak however I want. Now we are no longer correcting a small habit. We're trying to reverse a pattern. And patterns take much longer to break and it becomes more frustrating. I've had parents tell me it just got worse over time. And when we walk it back, it didn't get worse over time. It was simply left unaddressed repeatedly. When we ignore disrespect at home, we are unintentionally preparing our children to carry that same behavior into the classroom to exhibit toward classmates and their teacher, into professional settings, into relationships, into their adulthood, because they simply were not taught that it was not okay. This is the hard truth. The world will not correct them with the same grace that you can. I don't know if you have noticed lately, the world could care less about our feelings and emotions. It will return what we dish out. I cannot be more clear and more real than that. It is what it is. What we send out, we will receive. So instead of ignoring it, we address it immediately, calmly, clearly, consistently. And even if it feels small, because small corrections today prevent major issues tomorrow. Correction is not punishment. Correction is preparation. And that is why what you do inside your home matters so much. You are shaping not just behavior, but character. It must be addressed at home. Without sounding as if I am preaching to you, scripture reminds us in Proverbs 22:6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he's old, he will not depart from it. That also includes she. When she is old, she will not depart from it. This means that what we teach our children today, how we correct them, how we guide them, it stays with them. Trust me, they will never forget it. If this message resonated with you, kindly do two things. Comment below, respect starts at home, and share this with a parent who needs it. And if you're ready to take your child's development to the next level, click the link below to access our package of topics and descriptions for workshops that are designed to build confident, polished, and respectful young leaders. Classes are taught in person and via Zoom. We also travel for group classes. Click that link. It is my pleasure. Before you leave, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We're on a mission to transform children into refined and respectful individuals and make your home a more pleasant place to reside. Without your help, we can't do it, so don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, remain poised, stay polished, and allow your conduct to strengthen relationships and create opportunities you would not imagine exist. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.